Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? All right, we have a few things to discuss today. And the first thing, these were all sent in by community members, okay? So it's extremely important for me to get this stuff out to you, okay? This first thing was sent in, and she said, I got this on my news feed. Hope it comes through. It's a wife posting about her husband and the rescue efforts with the flooding in Texas. At the same time, it's sad. I'm following her now to learn more and pray more effectively and specifically for this tragic event. I am friends from high school with someone who was in Mercy's chef, so I'm learning on validity. I cannot imagine dealing with the Texas Air Force, humongous mosquitoes, as my late husband called it when he called me from the ports in Texas for any length of time, but thank God someone is. Thank you so much for all you do for keeping us informed. Well, thank you very much, sweetie. I really appreciate that. So I'm going to show you what she's talking about, okay? Okay, so you see this? It says, Joe's home now from another day working in flood relief here in the Hill Country. I took notes today, so this post may be lengthier than the one last night. Free coffee from a little food truck was a great way to kick off the day. There's like 60 miles of destruction, and Joe's crew has been working on small sections in a 3-mile radius. Today, he was focused on building land bridges to allow for search and rescue teams to cross water easily. They made temporary dams and roadways as well. They built 4 land bridges today. At one point, they were marking cars alongside a cadaver dog team. They were heartbroken to end the night not finding a body where a dog strongly alerted. They tried for several hours. First thing in the morning, they will go back and dig further. Joe got a kick out of the cadaver dog lady. She's from New Mexico and has been working in this arena for 15 years and is extremely passionate about it. Oh, with a big dip in her mouth. Her son is training in her footsteps. Today, he was able to meet a friend from Austin, Texas for the first time in person. Joe said it was fun to hear about their connection. Gamer buddies unite. Today, there were free socks for the workers, whose socks kept getting soaked, and free undies because many guys have had to, defecate where they can and use their undies when they were done to clean up. Oh, that's so sad. Okay. Then throw them away. Now there's toilet paper and a few porta potties far from where he's working. He didn't tell me if he was an undies abandoner. Oh, that's funny. It's so funny. I could just imagine my husband saying something like that. He hasn't seen anyone get hurt, so that's good. Another shout out to Mercy's chef. Too many people donating rotten fruit. Oh dear Lord. He hauled out nice Mercedes today. News stations are annoying. One station asked them to move for their live because they were in their shot. You know what? Too bad, news station. No kidding, right? While they were clearing debris and building roads. You know what? That's the news. That's what you want to see. Am I right or am I wrong? Oh my God. Wow. Locals in Kerrville are picking up laundry from aid workers and returning it to them the next day so that they don't have to go wash their clothes when they're done working at night. So thoughtful. They lack pressure washers to clean the big machines that get bogged down with mud. Helicopters overhead, more chainsaws than you can imagine. Another IV on site to keep them rolling and hydrated. Marshmallows, grills, water shoes, all the fixins to have a beautiful weekend with your family washed away in an instant. The remnants remain. He brought home 3 blankets today. I weep when I think about it. One is a kid's camping-themed sleeping bag. I need to process what to do with them, but he couldn't leave them behind. And I am so grateful to have a man that sees important things. These blankets once wrapped someone in warmth and love. They are tattered, but not worthless. Accents galore, Canadian, Southern, all of it. He met people from Maryland, Massachusetts, Arizona, New Mexico, and beyond. Joe has a horrible back, debilitating. We prayed Sunday that he would have a supernatural back, and he has. Zero issues with it, which is a miracle in itself. A lot of people that are supposed to be working are wandering around taking photos. He hasn't needed a single thing while working. He's been fed, hydrated, encouraged, thanked, and someone has even provided him with hundreds of dollars worth of fuel to keep going. Helpers doing all the things you wouldn't even think of. What a beautiful picture of the body of Christ. Everyone, every person doing their part. Saddest things of the day: blankets, dead dogs, cats, deer, pigs, cow. Beloved family pets for sure. What hit him the hardest was the swarm of vultures lurking above, waiting for their chance at the aftermath. Oh, God, that's so sad. Mad props to the chainsaw guys. So much work. He said someone should be out there looking up every license plate and seeing if those people are being reported missing. That's not his job. Hopefully it's someone's. Huge shout out to T-Mobile. They are providing charging stations for aid workers and also giving out free mobile charges for them as well. It's meant a lot to him that a few of his friends have reached out to check on him. Looters really mess with his heart. Disgusting. We hear that there will be ice brought in tomorrow to provide cold drinks. Good old boys with their heavy equipment, fuel trucks, all the things. He loves them. His friend that is there solely to fix broken machines, to keep things running. What a gift. Tomorrow, he's thinking he will ask the pastor at the church that he's staged at to tell him about Jesus. Silly Joe. For those of you that don't know us, Joe is a pastor and loves Jesus with everything in him. Earlier today, I read that 161 people are still missing in Kerr County, more than 100 deaths. So many still need to be identified. Seeing the wreckage makes you sick to think about what the flood could have done to bodies. Pray for those seeing them, examining them, transporting them, identifying them, etc. What a crushing thing to have to do. Pray for the families still in wait. Pray for those who already know and their lives will never be the same. Pray for our communities. The Hill Country is heartbroken beyond words. Tomorrow, I'm going with a dear friend and sailor to deliver a meal to 65 camp staffers that are preparing their property for military and other relief workers. Grateful for those that have stepped up to provide the meal. Afterward, we are checking on a newborn baby born in the midst of this chaos. My friend is a midwife there in Hill Country. Joe will be back at it early in the a.m. Got to find that body they were searching for at the end of the day. I don't think he or the others on his crew will sleep until they do. I am exhausted. I didn't proofread this. Joe's birthday is on Thursday, and we just realized it. Looks like it'll be different this year. If I was supposed to message you today, and I haven't, please forgive me. It's not you. I'm swamped. I'm going to catch up on messages in the morning, maybe. The 4th of July will never be the same. Wow. Wow. That was something, huh? Just to know that, the cadaver dogs are picking up on the scent and they can't find it. That must mean it's deep in mud, or I can't even imagine. Okay, can we just take a moment, please? I have researched this tragedy, and and the tragedy that hit July 4th, 1932 at this Camp Mystic as well. And I've also been, with the help of another community member, we have been literally digging and digging and digging on what's really truly going on. And you know, there's somebody actually that's behind this. And do yourself the favor and do your research on something called Rainmaker Technologies. And actually, the guy that is behind Rainmaker Technologies, you know, the podcaster Sean Ryan, he did an interview with this guy. He's the cause behind a lot of the floods that are going on right now. Just saying. Yeah. Okay. This next thing that was sent in says, her email says, Hillary's brother died in June, right? Jeffrey died in August. She said, I've been hearing that Hillary's brother, his body was used to make people think it was Jeffrey's body. Yes, I know. I've heard, I've seen the pictures, and it's like, you know, you have to know what you're looking for. If you look at the ears and you look at the nose, they're not the same, you know. And she said, if you look at, it's on the gurney being wheeled out of the jail, and that Jeffrey is still alive. There's a lot of people that are saying that, but it's just a theory. But Hillary involved with everything. I don't doubt anything. Yeah, I know. I get it. And, you know, it's like, I get it. You know, Hillary's brother, his name was Tony, or Anthony, whatever. And there's like, you know, he looks just like him, but if you look at the profile, like from the side, right on, the nose, because Jeffrey's nose like goes down like a crook type, like, okay, like if you were to look at it, it goes down like a hook, okay. But this guy, his nose sticks straight out, like, okay. And they have like different ears. So you have to like really like look at, okay. And it's this guy that they wheeled out, not Jeffrey. Just saying. Yeah. So there's that. Okay. And then here's another email from a community member. Okay. This is what I'm going to tell you before I go. Gavin Newsom, okay, has unveiled $101 million funding for multifamily low-income housing developments in multiple wildfire-impacted communities. Nearly half will be filled with homeless and former inmates. The homeless, okay, yeah, all for it, okay. Inmates, all right, everybody deserves a second chance, depending. Now this means that the governor of California is planning to build these large low-income apartment complexes where the fires destroyed the neighborhoods like the Palisades, Eaton, and the Hughes wildfires, right? So while trying to correct an article exposing Newsom for his plans to replace single-family homes that burned to the ground with low-income housing developments, he actually admitted that the plan, with this plan, saying that the funding is not limited to the Palisades. It supports affordable housing in multiple wildfire-impacted communities. Okay. So you're going to build houses where wildfires are known. So you're going to put these people in jeopardy too? I mean, it's just a question. So the initiative is said to alleviate the housing crisis, which displaced thousands of families across Pacific Palisades, Altadena, and Malibu. The fires destroyed 6,000 to 7,000 structures, homes, but only 100 permits have been issued so far. The funding prioritizes building the low-income apartments in the area where fires burned single-family homes to the ground and rapid construction. 40% of the units must be filled with homeless people or people who have spent at least 15 days in jail, hospitals, prisons, or mental health facilities to qualify as supportive housing. Okay. Scoring preferences are given to projects that are shovel ready within 180 days. The hell does that mean, shovel ready? Have local government funding commitments and prioritize wildfire displaced households. The California Department of Housing and Community Development will manage the funds with applications opening July 21st and deadline of August 21st. There is a major local opposition, especially in the affluent Pacific Palisades area. People aren't too happy with moving criminals and homeless people into their wealthy neighborhoods. Critics argue that California law and Los Angeles rent stabilization ordinance requiring fire-destroyed rent-protected housing pre-October 1978 to be replaced with low-income units use county-level income data, making low-income definitions misaligned with wealthier areas like the Palisades. Many residents suspect the fires are being exploited to push urban redevelopment, with the one controversial proposal involving a low-income apartment tower by a gas station owner whose property exploded during the fire. Okay, so the rich are having a piss because they don't want low-income families near them. You know, not all low-income people are bad people. Just saying. You know, actually, Sean and I are considered low-income. My husband, my son and his wife are considered low-income. Okay, we're not bad people. So, if anything, I don't want to live around them. You know what I mean? You know, yeah. It's the other way around, sweet cheeks. Okay? I don't want to live around you and your snobbish, assholerish ways. Sorry. It's the other way around, Jack. But the person who sent this to me, the community member who said this to me, she said, can you say 15-minute cities? It could be. It could very well be. But I think that this is just, you know, like they're trying to, because they do that here in Tampa, okay? But Tampa is considered a 15-minute city, but it always has been because everything is within walking distance, okay? I will say that. But, you know, I won't walk anywhere because it's 120 degrees outside. But, you know, it's like, okay, do we have like, okay, we have like upper class neighborhoods around here, okay, where we've got like celebrities living and stuff like that. And not for nothing, I wouldn't set foot. I don't want to catch anything. I don't want to be used as bait. You know, no kidding. All right. So anyway, all right, I'm out of here. I will see you in the next one. Okay, you guys stay safe. You stay positive. Laugh, will you please? No shit. Okay. You keep prepping, and as always, fearless and God bless. Yes. Ciao.